City.
Good afternoon. This is the Land Bank Committee meeting called to order on 7/15/2024. It is 2:00 p.m. and we will take attendance.
Colleen Gilson.
Present.
Stuart Hastings.
Present.
Jared Oliver.
Present.
John Orzak.
Here.
Steve Pajali.
Here.
Okay, the first item of business on the agenda is to review and approve the last meeting minutes, which was May 20th of 2024. Does anybody have any discussion or correction about those minutes?
I'll move approval of the May 20th, 2024 Land Bank Committee meeting minutes.
Second.
Okay, any discussion then? Okay, please call the roll.
Steve Pajali.
Yes.
John Orzak.
Yes.
Jared Oliver.
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The first item of business, first of all, we don't have any old business, and we do have several items of new business, so we'll get through them. The first of which is a request to purchase a land bank property located at 329 Meggs Street, and the parcel number is 56-00621.000. The information is Taylor Hines, currently resides at 401 Shoreline Drive, submitted to request to purchase this parcel. The proposal is to construct a new residential structure that will be owner-occupied. The latest floor plan that's being reviewed by the Planning Department is a single-family residence with approximately 1,150 square feet of living space. There will be an attached garage, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Planning staff is still working with this applicant to ensure that there are no variance required and that all zoning requirements are met. The sale of the property and completion of the project will afford Taylor to own or occupy a home and place the property back into tax-producing status. The specific parcel information, the city acquired the property on 32918 from the Erie County Land Reutilization Program. We've been maintaining this property for approximately 6 years. As mentioned above, it is an odd-shaped lot, which would require the specific building plan that would meet our zoning requirements for development. The parcel is zoned R2F, which is 2-family residential, and it is located within the transient rental overlay district. For this reason, it would be recommended to condition the property for owner occupancy and not allow certification for transient rental for at least 5 years. The dimensions of the lot are 24 by 72, which also includes a little jog that is another 22 feet by 99 feet. You can see on the auditor's view here that there is a little jog. So it is longer in one area than the other. The zoning map is here, and you can see that it is within the transient rental overlay district. This is a street view of the property. And then this is the current elevation map with the garage being front facing. The property will be longer in construction and narrow as frontage. Let's see, the budget information, we would recommend the standard price for land bank property that is going to be constructed as $1,500 plus closing costs. That is in line with the current pricing structure that we currently abide by. Once the property transfers, the city will be relieved of the expense to maintain the property. By returning the non-productive land into tax-producing status, the taxing districts will begin collecting real estate taxes once the structure is built. And then also by right, the homeowner will be able to apply for a tax abatement, which is offered citywide. And that would be a 75% abatement for 10 years. Conditions and contingencies. Conditions would be the approval or recommendation by this committee. Approvals from outside boards, specifically Board of Zoning Appeals, and any other departments that might find needed changes to the building plan. The approval by City Commission and a fully executed purchase and sale agreement. And then the fifth condition of not being eligible to short-term rent the property for 5 years once the C of O is obtained. So at this time, it's recommended that the Land Bank Committee either approve or deny this application to purchase the parcel 56-00621.000 based on the information provided. And then if approved, a purchase and sale agreement will go before City Commission for final approval, but not until the exact building plan is acceptable through all of our planning department, or all of our departments.
I'll make a motion, we approve the sale.
I'll second.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, we'll take the roll on the motion to approve.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Steve Pajali,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes.
Okay, great. Ms. Hines will be very thrilled that this is approved, and we will make sure everything is in line for a purchase agreement to be shown to City Commission for approval. The next item of business is a purchase request for new construction at 1207 East Parish Street, and this is parcel number 57-00749.000. This one is through Firelands Habitat for Humanity. If approved, they will construct a single-family residential structure on that parcel that will be owner-occupied. They have identified a family for this property, and once the home is constructed, a family of 4 will occupy a approximate 1,200 square foot home that will be 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. The family that has been selected to occupy the home will reside across the street from their grandmother. So there's a family tie there that they really want this property to go through. Firelands Habitat for Humanity is currently developing at least 5 residential units on 8 city land bank sites under the agreement that was approved last year, 2023. Future development is also proposed over several more city land bank sites, and for this reason, it is requested that the deadline for this project be 2 years from the date of transfer. The parcel information is the city acquired this parcel November 25th of 2015 through gift of deed. The property was transferred to the Erie County Land Reutilization Corporation on January 31st, 2017 to demolish the condemned property. And then per the agreement with the Erie County Land Reutilization Corporation, the property was reverted back to the City Land Bank because it hadn't sold within 3 years of transfer. Budget impact, the recommended purchase price would be the same, $1,500. Plus closing costs, and this is in line with the current pricing structure for one buildable lot. Once the property transfers, the city will be relieved of the expense to maintain the property. So if this should transfer now, they will begin maintaining the property immediately, even if they don't intend to start building right away. By returning this non-productive land to tax-producing status, the taxing districts will begin collecting real estate taxes once the structure is built. By right, the homeowner will be approved to apply for a tax abatement, which is the 75% for 10 years. I did fail to say that we've got the zoning map. The zoning on this parcel is R140, so it does conform to a single-family residential structure. Dimensions of the lot are 40 by 130, and this is a street view of the property. The sale of the property will be contingent on the approval from the Land Bank Committee, approvals from outside boards and commissions as necessary, the approval from City Commission, and a fully executed purchase and sale agreement with any conditions therein. So at this point, it's requested that you either approve or deny the application from Firelands Habitat for Humanity to purchase 1207 East Paris Street based on the information provided. And if approved, a purchase and sale agreement will go before City Commission for final approval.
I would move to approve this request with all the stipulated conditions and/or contingencies.
Second.
Okay, does anybody have any discussion or comments or questions regarding the property?
I do have a comment. I think it's also worth noting that the family that's been selected for this home once lived in the home that was there. So there is a double connection. Not only will the grandmother be living across the street, the homeowner will be returning to the lot that she grew up on.
My comment was going to be anybody that can live across from their grandparents is a great thing. And secondarily, the continued partnership with Habitat is a great thing as well for the city. So that's all my comment.
Okay, anything further? Okay, please call the roll on the motion to approve.
Stuart Hastings,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
Steve Pajali,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Jared Oliver.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Hodges with Firelands Habitat for Humanity will be excited to relay the news that the first hurdle is completed, and we will present this at the next City Commission meeting. And the last item for business, this is kind of a biggie, but it's a great project. This is a request to enter into a memo of understanding with Welcome Home Great Lakes for the purchase of 8 parcels for new residential construction. So these parcels are identified as 1228 Osborne, 1817 Pierce Street. There is 2 parcels on Putnam. There are 2 parcels on Harrison, and 227 and 233 Center Street. So information pertinent to this application. The City of Sandusky was awarded $3.5 million from the State of Ohio's Welcome Home Ohio to purchase, to purchase properties, land bank properties within the city. Sandusky is one of 17 recipients selected to share in nearly $29.5 million in funding aiming at improving access to housing for income-eligible Ohioans. The funding is part of the first round of the WHO program, which will invest a total of $100 million in grants over 2 years to help land banks purchase, rehabilitate, or build qualifying residential properties. The city has recently partnered with NeighborWorks Toledo region and community building partners doing business as Welcome Home Great Lakes to develop a plan and grant application earlier this year. In the grant application, the city proposed using city land bank properties to develop 14 new single-family modular homes. Ohio-based unit-built custom homes will produce the modular homes, and Welcome Home Great Lakes will develop and is committed to using Erie County trades with preference for Sandusky-based businesses to complete the construction. NeighborWorks will also provide financial literacy programming for future home buyers. Welcome Home Great Lakes will then sell the completed unit to the city of Sandusky for costs closely associated with the construction plus fees at $250,000. The city will then use the Welcome Home Ohio grant for said purchase, and in turn, the city will sell the new home to the buyers at or below 80% of the area median income. The first phase of the project will begin on West Osborne Street the site of the former bakery that was demolished in 2023. This phase will include the construction of 3 duplexes totaling 6 units. The remainder of the project will involve construction of single-family homes for an additional 8 units. The following is a relevant breakdown. And we've got, I already mentioned that 1228 West Osborne will be 3 duplexes for 6 units. 1817 Pierce will be a lot split to accommodate 2 single-family units. Putnam Street, there are 2 different parcel numbers there. They will both have a single-family residential living area. Harrison Street will be combined, the 2 units, or the 2 lots, to build 1 single-family home. And then 3 units will be built over the 227 and 233 Center Street. This is a very large parcel, or the 2 parcels together combined make a very large parcel. So we're going to get 3 units out of that 1. There are great efficiencies in the way we've selected these parcels. The Osborne Street development is a project site altogether. The Pierce, Putnam, and Harrison lots are all on the city's south side and within the same city block. The Center Street lots are contiguous and close to the hospital. The sales of these parcels will cause for development of 14 new housing units. Welcome Home Great Lakes will then sell the units back to Sandusky for the costs closely associated with the construction plus fees. I may have already read that part, I'm so sorry. The city will then sell the new home to the buyers at or below 80% of the area median income at a price of approximately $150,000. The proceeds of the sales to the qualified buyer will be held by the city and program income and recycled into the production of additional units beyond the 14. So basically, the money that we collect from the sale will go right back into to use again for the same purpose. Construction of the first home will commence in 2024. All homes will be occupied by 2026 at the latest. I did want to mention that Colleen Gilson and Aaron Blair have worked directly with Welcome Home Great Lakes and provided a lot of illustrations and very informative information. The first slide is basically where the lots are located, and then we've got individual sites. So the 1228 Osborne is zoned R2F. Dimensions are 93 by 132. The 1817 Pierce is zoned R2F, dimensions 98 by 130. The Putnam Street, the first one, is 33 by 124 and zoned R2F, so that could be 2-family construction, up to 2-family. Putnam Street, the second lot, is 34 by 126. Harrison Street, we've got the dimensions are 16.5 by 128 and 33 by 128. Again, these are going to combine, so we're going to be able to construct something there. And then this is the huge lot on Center Street that is a couple blocks from the hospital. Once combined, it's, let's see, I'm sorry, we're splitting this lot. So we're going to split this into 3 units. So 44 by 98, so 3 units will be constructed on the same size, approximately the same size lot. The budget impact, the purchase price of each parcel will be the same because there's going to be new residential development. We're going to suggest $1,500 plus closing costs. Taxing districts will again begin collecting real estate taxes once the construction is complete. Conditions and contingencies is first step is this step right here, the approval from Land Bank Committee. And then a memo of understanding will go to the City Commission. A fully executed agreement with any conditions therein, and approvals from outside boards or commissions. As stated, our chief planner has been working very closely on this project, so I'm sure that everything will be done correctly and all approvals will be met. So I do want to turn it over if there are any additional questions before I request approval. If there's any questions, because I did kind of just read this verbatim, so I can defer to Colleen. Otherwise, we can move forward with the approvals.
I think it's worth noting, too, for the committee, at next commission meeting, the city commission will be considering a program agreement with community building partners doing business as Welcome Home Great Lakes, as well as with Habitat for Humanity. Debbie correctly indicated that the city of Sandusky was awarded $3.5 million from the Welcome Home Ohio Purchase Program, but we were also awarded an additional $90,000 from the Welcome Home Ohio Rehab and Construction pot of funds, which we will be supporting the development of 3 Habitat for Humanity homes. Very large grant that will result in multiple home development for those at 80% of median income. And I'm incredibly proud of the fact that the majority of the things on our agenda today will really be servicing folks that don't necessarily always find themselves with the ability to purchase homes. So they're getting some great assistance from programs like this.
I just had a question. Does the new buyer have to hold for a certain amount of time before they can?
It's a great question. Thank you for asking. There is a pretty stringent deed restriction. They have to occupy the home for 20 years. If they were, and there are exceptions for sale, but when they sell, they have to sell someone that is qualified to purchase at 80% or below. So essentially, these homes are deemed affordable for a very long period of time.
So just a comment. I think this is a great project. The fact that you're doing this partnership, and they're going to use local labor as much as they can, and the fact that they're going to have some financial literacy programming, I think that's real strong. Usually the holdup is the money doing a project like this. So we get funded, but that doesn't guarantee that you still have a successful project. And I think you've done a great job. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this. I guess the only thing I would add that you probably figured it out already, is there any sort of, have you talked to any lending institutions about the back end on financing these projects?
We have, yes. We've had initial conversations with local funding institutions. One specifically has a very lengthy list of pre-qualified buyers already at this income level. So there is essentially a potential pipeline already built into this. And I did just look up the deed restriction language. For the 20 years following the original date of sale, the buyer agrees not to sell the property to any purchaser except an individual or individuals who have an annual income that is not more than the qualifying median income, which is 80%. So that will be a deed restriction.
Yeah, I just kudos to the staff. This is a great project, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further questions, I will ask for a motion then to either approve or deny.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay. Can you please call the roll?
John Orzak,
Yes.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
Steve Pajali,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Great. We will draft communications for an upcoming city commission meeting, and we're excited to get this project rolling. That is all I have. There is an opening for discussion if anybody has anything else that they want to discuss regarding the land bank or any of the properties.
Just a few comments, Debbie. I wanted to commend you for working so closely with all of our applicants and really in the last 2 years, the land bank inventory has continued to dwindle, which I know makes our finance director very happy as well. And I also want to thank Erin Blair for her partnership in helping to put together the application that resulted in the successful award from the state of Ohio. We're really hopeful to be a demonstration project for the rest of the state. The state really was very encouraged by what we put forward, and we're very hopeful to be able to apply for future rounds of this funding.
Good work.
Okay, if there's nothing further, we'll
Move
have,
to adjourn?
there you go.
Second.
Thank you.